Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's that time. Oh my goodness, it's that time. We're back with UFC 304. Yes, sir. We are back with UFC 304. All right, so like I've said in the other videos that we did with the we did the early prelims. Let me see what the name of it was. We did the UFC 304 prelims research session as well as the early prelims, and yesterday we did the main card. We were just basically just researching all the fighters. I never went through my picks or anything like that. Never actually gave kind of like what I would feel comfortable putting on a parlay or anything like that. That's not that's something I kind of wanted today to think about. But today is that day. Today is that day. So we're gonna go through each and every fight on this card and basically reinstate kind of what we've been talking about for the last 3 days, but a little bit of a summarized version of it with some detail to kind of give you my reason on why I believe in some of these picks that I'm gonna go ahead and put on the screen. I mean, at the end of the day, follow me, fade me, don't care. But we're all putting our input in and seeing exactly kind of what we feel comfortable with doing. So this is gonna be my analyses, if you will, of the main card. Starting with Shanna Bannon, and I think her name's Adrialine or some shit like that. Elise, that's what it was. Elise Adrialine. Shanna Bannon versus Elise Adrialine. Love that name. They put a picture on here finally though. It wasn't on there before. So for this fight here, it looks like Adrialine was a replacement bout for this. She only it was a 1 week short notice too. Like her last opponent just pulled out, so right now it's let's see. Right, she was a weak replacement, and then Shanna Bannon has had a full fight camp for this. She lost her debut. She's a striker. You can't really sleep on Adrialine from what I'm understanding. She's quite good. She's on a nice win streak. My thing about her is just this is her debut on 1 week notice, and we hate that. We absolutely hate that. So you know, that's kind of what I got from that. Shanna Bannon's not so much the home crowd, I guess, because she's from Ireland, but she also, I think she trains in England, so everybody there just kind of knows her for kind of like if they were to root for anyone, it's definitely going to be Shanna Bannon. So kind of home field against somebody off a week-long training camp. That's kind of hard to get behind. Basically my assessment of this just kind of told me that Sean O'Malley's just gonna piece Adrian apart, dude. So who do I have winning this fight? I'm gonna go ahead and say Bannon, of course. Lock it in, boys. And to be honest, am I gonna say that a women's MMA fight is gonna end by KO on the first fight of the whole card? Well, I mean, I probably wouldn't think so, to be honest. So I'm gonna go ahead and say by decision. That's what I'm gonna do. That's not how you spell decision. That's okay, we move. And do I have a pick for this? I mean, if I'm picking by decision, I would pick a juice line for over 2.5 rounds, obviously, right? Or you can pick Sean O'Bannon as the winner. But honestly, like, this is this is too close, because I could totally see Sean O'Bannon coming out shit in the bed, right? I see a world where that happens, right? So if you go ahead and say, well, yeah, I feel comfortable with her. Oh, girl's on a massive win streak coming off of the Ultimate Fighter, and this is her debut. I know it's a week-long notice, and to be fair, she hasn't fought since 2023, from my understanding. Mid-20, so it's been almost a year, and now this is her debut with a week notice. So she had to have been training this whole time for me to feel comfortable, you know. So I would comfortably lean on Bannon for this fight. I would, to be honest. But, you know, to each their own. I'm not placing a bet on it. If I were to, maybe to juice a parlay, I'd probably put over 2.5 rounds. Maybe you say Sean O'Bannon by decision. Maybe that's something you feel comfortable picking, but that's kind of just what I'd be rolling with. But I don't really have a specific pick in mind for that, so I'm just going to leave that. All right, moving on. Mick Parkin versus, I've been calling him Bukaki. Oh wait, that's a different fight. There's another guy on here I'd be calling Bukaki. I forgot this fight got moved. Mick Parkins. Lucas Brzeski. I've been calling him Lucas because I don't like saying his last name, bro. Basically, my assessment of this fight was Mick Parkins is on a 9-fight win streak. He's got mad stamina and he's fucking huge. So, like, when you look at Lucas, fucking, God, I'd hate his last name. I hate having to say it in a pinch. It just makes my brain fucking scramble. I'm just calling him Lucas. When you look at Lucas, dude, he doesn't look like a heavyweight. I don't know what about him, dude. He just looks like a light heavyweight to me. Kind of like a Johnny Walker out there, but in heavyweight. That's how he looks in my eyes when I look at him in the ring. Or when I look at him in the octagon, he just doesn't look that big, dude. And Mick Parkin has like 30-40 pounds on him, man. And he's at home. And he's gonna lay on this dude and suffocate the fuck out of him. They're the same height. Like, I mean, and when Brzeski's doing ground and pound, he does that thing where he kind of leans off and he's putting his hand on your upper back. So he's like putting his weight, but he's not like laying on you. He's not like suffocating you. How are you gonna do that against somebody that big? I feel like, and I don't think he's gonna get in that position anyway, if we're being honest, because I'm not sure he wants to wrestle with Parkin. Even though they both are strikers, really, Mick Parkins is a pretty damn good wrestler too. So, and to be fair, dude, Lucas just looks mad uncoordinated. I don't know what it is. He's just like, when you see him in the clinch, he's going for fucking foot stomps and he's missing them. He looks kind of ass, dude. He goes for the most obscure spinning back fists and shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you even doing, bro? You just look like you're just throwing shit out there. They hit most of the time, but you're not coordinated at all. Like, it's just really gross to see. And fucking McParkins is minus 330, bro. Like, not that that should influence most people's decisions. It's just like, it kind of gives you an idea as to why they are where they're at, you know what I'm saying? I'm not writing his last name. He's Lucas, bro. Nah, I'm gonna write his last name. I'm tripping. He still is Lucas, though. Brzeski. Jesus, man. So obviously I'm gonna be going with parking. I'm gonna be going with parking for sure. And what do I think? I think he wins by KO. In decisions, huh? I remember how you looked against Usman, bro. But Usman doesn't like to get hit, but he ain't trying to get knocked out either, so he's kind of hard to knock out. I'll give it to you on that one. Oh, and he didn't lose to fat boy Pogues. But Pogues he doesn't die either, so. Okay, I accept your unanimous decisions. I just think that Brzezski's not a big enough guy to last 3 rounds with McParkin, I'm gonna be honest. And I don't think McParkin's gonna go on a 4-fight unanimous decision spree. I think he wins by KO in the 2nd round. Oof, what does he do it in the 1st? I don't think so. I think he gets fucking Lucas tired as fuck and beats the shit out of him in the 2nd round. Just laying on him in the 1st round. He barely gets out of the 1st round alive. And then he gets taken down again. And then he just beats the fuck out of him for 2 minutes and they call the fight. You heard it here first. It's happening. Manifestation. Round 2. What do I say on this fight? If I had... I want to see kind of what it... Let me look at this fight. Can I do that? I can. Let me see. Didn't shoot any takedowns in this fight at all. This is a striking match. You know what? I'm gonna start off strong. It would all come down to whether or not this fucking ends by decision, and I just don't think it does. Because if this does, let's say it does end round 2 KO, then you would think he would have to put in a lot of because I'm thinking about a significant strikes play. That's what I'm thinking about. That's kind of what I'm thinking about. That's kind of getting me getting me going a little bit. Let me see what the fight lines are for fucking strikes and shit. Fight props. So they got, so for like the normal, okay, so significant strikes for Mick Parkins, 61.5. He went to decision with Usman, and he didn't even have, he had barely over that, I think. Barely over that. And he went to decision. That's not a good look. And if I think this ends in round 2, under 61.5 total significant strikes. Yes, sir. We're gonna go with Mick Parkin. Under 61.5 significant strikes, baby. I think he gets it done early. He's not that big of a striker. He's a power puncher. He's not gonna be swinging for years. Under 61.5 significant strikes. Lock it in for me. Lock it in, lock it in, lock it in. Moving on. What we got next, baby? This isn't even that fight. Nope. Next we got Sam Patterson versus K. Crosby. Kiefer Crosby. Kiefer? Something like that. All right, let me get back to it. Where the hell did you go? Sam Patterson versus Kiefer Crosby. So what I got from this fight is Sam Patterson is a Reichler. He's a Reichler. He's a wrestler and a striker, man. He does it a lot, very well on both sides. Very balanced fighter, I would say. He's taller, he's at home, he's longer, he's 28. I mean, there's way too many pluses on his side. And then fucking Crosby can't even wrestle, he's garbage. He's a striker, and he's trash. I mean, what do I make from that? Kind of like a duh assessment, right? Look, and he's minus 450. I mean, Sam Patterson, dude. Done. Winning this fight. Crosby's garbage. Quite trash. Just watching him wrestle was abysmal in the shit I was watching. Unbelievable bad. This is fucking just a stepping stool for Patterson at this point. If he loses this fight, I'm just gonna be dumbfoundedly astonished. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm gonna go ahead and just say that right now. no reason he should lose this fight. Especially at home like this. I've seen him win harder fights than this in the shit I was watching. I am picking Patterson to win this fight. How do I think he wins this fight? I forgot he won this shit by, he wins mostly by submission too. His last 2 finishes were by submission. No, here's why I think the finishes start coming. Start really coming. Because they get all a little feisty when they're at home and they got all that crowd and shit. They're looking for that finish bad. They want to hear that fucking whole stadium go nuts. Via submission. He's gonna do it again, man. He's gonna do it again. And I think I'm not even gonna give a round. I don't even know. I just know he's gonna get a sub. I want to say early, dude. I want to say if any of these finishes happen, they're gonna be mostly in the middle. If it's not like the later end of the card, like these early fights on the prelim, I think they're gonna end pretty quick. I think a safe bet for me on this would be probably like under 2.5 rounds, I think. Because I do think this fight gets finished. I just can't really place what round it's gonna happen in. That would be me saying it doesn't happen in round 3, at least. Or the second half of the second round. But at the same time, there's a fucking world where I see this going to decision too. And he just fucking wrestles the shit out of Crosby and can't get the finish. But from what I'm seeing, he doesn't. Like every fight has ended in finish. KO, 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 sub, draw. I don't know how that went to draw. Sub, KO, 1 unanimous decision. 1. He gets a submission. Don't know when. This fight. What's the play for under 2.5 rounds? I want to see. Dude, under 1.5 is minus 210. I think it's gonna get done early. Because look, these fights that he won in the second round, they were in the second half. Except for this one. Second round, 320, 343. These are this is the time spent in that round. It's not how much time was left when you look at this. So don't get it twisted, because I had it fucked up and twisted for a while. So he's only finished in the early of the he either finishes early in the first round or late in the second. Late second, early third. No, not in third at all. Late second, early first, or late second. That's what I said. So like for the fucking it's only that low at 1.5 because he's such a betting favorite right now. So they think he should fucking knock this dude out in the rib beginning of the fight or submit him. The lines are too inflated for me to feel comfortable placing a bet on that. I already did a what's it called play though. I'm gonna stay away from this fight. That's what I'm gonna do. But what do I think? Sam Patterson wins by submission. I wanna just fuck it and throw it out there and say he wins by second round submission. But like I'm a second round guy. I just usually think most things happen in the second round. Like, a lot of things don't really happen in the first round like that. Especially, he's coming off a loss in the first round and a submission win on the first round. So he's gonna go on like a three first round ending spree. I don't mean that's kind of tough, right? Hey, just for the sake of fucking doing it, bro. Round 2, early round 2. Early round 2. Next fight. Muhammad Mokaev versus Manel Kape, huh? Ooh. They was just fucking fighting. But Manel Kape's Mokaev's a little bitch, dude. A little bitch. Apparently somebody asked Kape and Mokaev to fucking do a picture together, and then as soon as fucking Kape got into the fucking picture, Mokaev just fucking, well, yeah, just fucking sucker punched him, dude. That's what I heard. That's kind of wild. A little bitch. I mean, that doesn't really go into my prediction, but that happened the other day. Is a little bitch for that. So basically my opinion on this fight is Muhammad Mokaev is a great wrestler, dude. Fantastic wrestler. Very high IQ in the wrestling department. But that's the only thing he can do. He looks like ass on the feet. And every time he wins a fight, he is barely winning. Well, not every time. His recent fights, yes. The last fight he had was fucking... He won, but that's because he does that stupid shit where they shell up so you can't hit them when they shoot a takedown and they miss. They fucking shell up so you can't strike them, so you gotta come down there with them. He manipulates that type of shit all the time. He's a boring fighter. It's just very high IQ wrestling. So I'm saying and he has a sus chin, dude. Gotta point that out. He has a very sus chin. I'll be seeing him all wobbly all over the place, and he'll just shoot takedowns and curl up in the ball so he can't get hit. Because of that stupid, like, striking motherfuckers in the back of the head. He'd hide his chin. You can't knee a grounded opponent. Like, it's just taking advantage of that shit. So when he gets stunned, that's exactly what he does every time. So that chin is mad sus. But I think he just takes the path of least resistance in this fight. I think if what it comes down to at the end of the day is Manel Kape, can he wrestle? He can wrestle, but has he adjusted to this type of style that Muhammad Mokaev does? Because that's what he's gonna do. Manel Kape has a sensible IQ. He wins if he shows up with wrestling. If he shows up with wrestling tomorrow or Saturday night, if he shows up with wrestling, he'll win that fight. That's the only way that I can see that going. So it's kind of tough, but you know what? I like Mokaev, dude. I do. I know I'm talking shit about him being boring and being a wet blanket to win and taking advantage of fucking the rules, but when he's getting down and gritty and he's doing the fucking, and he's actually shooting mad takedowns and getting them, and you could see just how much better he is wrestling than, you know, everyone else. You know, you could just see why he's ranked where he's at. I like him, but I just think that Kape just I think Kape just comes out with some wrestling. So I'm picking Cape to win. I think he comes out with some wrestling. He's able to stop the takedown. He's able to stuff him every time and just beat the fuck out of him because he's got no hands. Mohamed Mokaev has got no fucking hands, dude. Just abysmal striking. It's gross to watch. It's sickening. Sickening. So I think if Cape's able to stuff them takedowns, he's gonna beat the fuck out of Mokaev, and that's just it. I think he's gonna come on his A game. Make weight. That is my only concern. Make weight. Like, fuck, dude. If he makes weight, he wins this fight and gets a title shot. If he misses weight, he's sus as fuck, and if he wins, he may not get a title shot. Make weight, please. So we can have a good fight, bro. And some, like, actual answers after this fight. Instead of fucking... You always fucking up the weight scale. Like, come on, bro. How does he win? Decision. Mokaev's very good at stalling and not taking damage. And what's the line for over a round and a half? Because I would pick that too in a fucking heartbeat. Yeah, see, over 2.5 rounds is the standard for a juiced ass line at 210. But dude, this fight absolutely goes to decision. We gotta have 2 plays in the early prelims, right? What's next? Oban Elliott versus something Pat Parsons. Fuck, I forgot his name. Preston Parsons. All right. I'm not gonna make a play on this. I want to say over 2.5 rounds. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. This is definitely going to decision, bro. Juice line at 210, minus 210. This was minus 115 on DK. Yo, that's my pick for that one. I feel comfortable in that. It's going to decision. I don't think he's gonna knock out Muhammad Mokaev, bro. He's just a fucking... He's an asshole, bro. He's just gonna stall the whole fight. It's gonna be boring as fuck. And he's just... I think Kate barely wins. Like, I think it's gonna be hard to judge the striking. I think it's gonna be hard because... No, it's gonna be unanimous, bro. Because he's going to keep shooting for takedowns, missing them, looking like a little bitch because he's laying down and he's taking strikes, not delivering, and Cape's just beating his ass. Yeah, I think it's going to be Unanimous decision for sure. But it's gonna go over 2.5. I don't think he's gonna knock him out. He's very good at stalling. Next fight. Let me talk about another fight before I fucking go back on my pick. Oban Elliott versus Preston Parsons. This one has me indecisive. This one has me a tad indecisive. Preston Parsons is a wrestler. 80% sub finishes and no TKOs. He is going to wrestle the fuck out of Oban Elliott. On the other side, Oban Elliott is a striker. He can wrestle a little bit. He's on a 6-fight win streak. So it's tough, you see, because Oban Elliott is at home, right? That always comes into account, bro. It does. That can either be a good thing or a bad thing. Probably might get him too flustered. The fact that everybody's on his side, right? On the other side, it could be enlightening. He could fucking come out and just be lightning. Huh, see how I play? So, on the other hand, Preston Parsons just has had better competition in general. He's fought the better guys who were strikers. Semlisberger won by decision, who sucks, but he's a striker. Beat Evan Elder. Go back. Evan Elder, who is okay, a striker. So he knows how to fight strikers. He knows how to wrestle them. Oban Elliott, not a bad fighter, man. Not a bad fighter. Is there a world where I see Elliott winning this fight? Yeah. Who do I think is a better fighter in general? Just because of his ability to adjust to things like the... If he basically is primarily a certain type of fighter, or he's like very skilled in a certain department. What I look at is if you can't put out as much damage in the other department that you're best at, or how good are you at defending against it? You know, like that's my second criteria. It's like a list thing. How I go down the line, what makes you a good fighter, right? And what I've seen when he's been fighting these strikers is he gets in. Pause. He gets in real nice. He gets in real nice. So, from what I've seen from Elliott, though, he can stuff a takedown. He's good at anti-grappling. What just makes it hard is I feel like if Parsons successfully gets the takedown on Elliott, though, the round's over, you know, like, so I think Parsons is going to be shooting a lot. Parsons is going to be getting them takedowns, and he's going to, if he's going to succeed at some point. He's going to succeed at some point. So I would say, am I going to say that he succeeds more than once? Probably. And that leads to the whole fight. That just leads the whole fight. If you're able to control the ground the whole time, it's just over with. What is he gonna do? So I think he gets more than one takedown, and I think it's just gonna be a wrestling match, and Oban Elliott ain't got it as much as Preston Parsons does. You're gonna stop him from getting the 27 takedowns he's gonna shoot for? I don't think so. He's very good at getting them. He's got hands. He's got no TKOs, he's got pillow hands. But they're hands. They're pillows, but they're hands. He's gonna wrap them soft pillows around you and lay on you like a wet blanket. Go to sleep. So, I have Preston Parsons winning this fight. Oh, and he's gonna want a submission so bad. Decision. Elliott versus Parsons. I spelled it wrong. Parsons by decision. I think his wrestling is just going to be too much for Elliott, and I think he's going to lose. Just get laid on the whole time. It's going to be boring. Very boring fight. That's what I predict. Moving on. There's Bukkake. Modestas Bukauskas. Modestas Mukauskas versus Prachnio or Prachnio. Fuck. Marcin Prachnio. But on this stream we call him Bukkake because it just, I don't like saying either of his names, and it looks like Bukkake. All right. This fight was on the prelims, the early prelims. They got replaced with the Manel Cap fight. Manel Cap and Makayev. They got put on the prelims. These guys both lost to Vitor Petrino. That's my first say. And they both lost in a different way by him too. My thing about Bukkake is he is a counter striker. He's a counter striker. He's very slow. He's very slow about his thing. He doesn't really throw out shots too many to get him countered or anything like that. He's not really high volume. You know, he's kind of stay on the outside, pick at range kind of fighter, which he does have. He has a 4-inch reach on him, and he's 6 years younger. That's an important thing to talk about. He's quite nimble. He utilizes all of his tools. I mean, He's not really a stiff fighter, you know. Prachnio has no chin. No chin. From the stuff, I mean, from everything I was watching, dude has no fucking chin. Wobble all over the place in so many fights. He's been knocked out 3 times. That chin is gone. Multiple times. He's a very high-paced fighter. So to be honest, he's not that great. I'm gonna be honest. He's not that great. So, I mean, the lines, I know they're kind of close. Minus 150, but I would take Bukauskas money line. And that's kind of what that's all I really need to say about it. Prachnio is just garbage, dude. He pushes a high pace and he's just swinging all over the place with his eyes closed. Just a dumb guy, in my opinion. And Bukauskas, I want to say he wins by KO, dude. Like, I mean, Prachnio ain't got a chin, dude, and he just swings all over the fucking place. Like, Bukauskas is just gonna counter one, put it right on his chin, and put him out. And that's all there is to it. Prachnio's not that good. Bukauskas by KO. Fuck it, round 1. He's gonna fucking knock him out fast. It's gonna be crazy. And I'm actually gonna have a pick for this because the fucking money line for this is I do not want to type his fucking name again. No, stop. Money line. Because the money line is minus 150. Like, come on, bro. I want to see what it is on DK. See if I get a better odds for it. Minus 155. I'll take it, whatever. There we go. Bukauskas versus Prachnio moneyline. Bukauskas via KO round 1, baby. You know we hit that last week with Garcia, so we know. Like, we just have a feeling sometimes. But no, my pick for this is gonna be Bukauskas moneyline. Bukauskas moneyline at minus 150. We take that. That's a good play. Next fight, Jake Hadley versus fuck, I forgot his first name. Yeah, I knew it was some weird. Kaulian Logren. This got moved all over the place. All right, so This fight, Logren is a fucking dog, dude. Logren is a goddamn dog. So I think he's just gonna come out there, psych the fuck out, because that's just who he is. And he's, dude, he's way bigger than fucking Jake Hadley. He's coming up a weight division. Logren, I've said it before. I know he's 5'6", but dude walks around at 170. I bet you. I'd be willing to put my entire bank account on it, which ain't much. I'll put it on Logren that he walks around at 170 every day of his life. And then he cuts down to 135 to fucking fight. That man is swole. It's crazy. And Jake Hadley's coming up a weight division. He walks around it. Dude, look at him. And I see him in his fights, dude. He fucking looks like he walks around at like 140 max, 145. Logren is a Cage Warriors champion. He fights at 135. I know he's shorter, 1 inch shorter. Shorter reach, it don't really matter. It's 2 inches. I mean, there's Hadley's not that good, dude. He's not that good. He's coming up a weight class against somebody who's way bigger than that weight class. Actually, he's probably gonna be in the ring at like 145, 150. So I really don't have a lot of faith in Jake Hadley winning this fight. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's an okay striker. He's an okay striker. He's got some wrestling. He's just got pillow hands, dude. And I think he's just gonna get overwhelmed. I don't think he's gonna be able to handle Logren for an extended period of time. You know, like, I think either Hadley is gonna somehow get a submission or Logren is just gonna fucking beat the fuck out of him. And so I don't really have any other I really don't see any other way of this playing out, to be honest with you. Like, this is actually gonna be a good fight, or it's gonna be a slaughter. I don't think there's any in between. I'm picking Logren to win this fight. And I think he wins by KO, dude. I really do. I really do. I don't think this goes to decision. I don't think Hadley's gonna be able to handle that shit for 3 full rounds. Unless he's piecing him up at range and dude just can't get in and he comes in looking like shit. But I doubt it. He's got pillow hands. He's not fucking knocking out Logren, dude. That's like a mini Dober, dude. You ain't fucking... No. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Hadley's coming off a 2-fight losing streak. He's about to go on his 3rd, bro. I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say. I'm not doing a pick for this fight, though. I just want to watch it stress-free. I'm gonna be honest with you. Next fight on the card. Molly McCann versus Bruna Brazil. Molly McCann. I know she got submitted twice. But since her last fight, I can definitely see a lot of improvements from the last time that we've seen her get submitted multiple times. Those chicks were way bigger than her because she's so fucking small. She's 5'4". So there's a lot of big bitches in the I think was she in the 125-pound weight division? So there's a lot of big bitches in there. I think she's able to handle this division well. I was able to see it. We seen it in the last fight. She looked great. She didn't look like she was just getting ragdolled around and shit on the ground. She looked like she was actually able to handle this weight class a little better. Shit, she's another home field advantage, bro. That too, that needs to be mentioned. She does great at home. And Patty's on the card. Huge. My take on Bruna Brazil is she has like mixed skills. She's not really like a striker. She's not really a wrestler either, but she's kind of good in both departments. My thing though is that she's just beat a lot of bitches that suck. Like, she loses the fights that matter. You know, I mean, this Luke Bonmi, she's on a tear right now. That was a good fight. If she'd have beat her, that would have done a lot for her. But there's just many moments. She goes on a nice spree. UFC debut loses. And then she fights somebody that's on a somebody that can get her back on track, and she loses that after winning. So now she's on a situation where if she beats Molly McCann, she's in the same thing, but I don't think she's that fucking good, dude. She hasn't really had that good of comp. The people that she has beat are kind of trash. This chick fucking sucks. Marnik Man, garbage. Like, we went through all these fucking fighters last time. Yasmin Castino, she's garbage. One fight. She's just beating people that suck. Do I think she's gonna come out here and beat Molly McCann like I'm at home? No. I'd be dumb to bet on her. Just dumb. Molly McCann all day. Molly McCann all day. How do I think she wins? See, that's tough because she actually finishes fights. Molly McCann does. She actually does finish fights. 3 subs in a row, two KOs. I mean, she finishes fights. She's not out here to go the distance with you. And I think if anybody... Let me look. See, she's trying to finish fights too. I just think Molly McCann is better. So this fight finishes. Damn, dude. How though? Oh, so there would be some. I would predict so many finishes on this card, dude. It'd be KO, KO, KO if I pick her to win by KO. That's tough. Do I think this card's gonna be that lit though? I don't. She wins by decision. I think she's gonna beat her fucking ass for 3 rounds. I don't think this gets finished though, right? What they got the lines at? I'm still picking by decision, but what they got the lines at? Yeah, over 2.5 is the line. Over 2.5 is minus 154. Under 2.5 is plus 120. Ooh, that's a tempting line. That one's tough. That one's tough. I'm gonna say they both finish a lot, dude. I really don't know. I don't have an opinion for that. I want to say this fight finishes, dude, but I really can absolutely see this going to decision, bro. How many times has she been knocked out or subbed? She got knocked out once, twice, 3 times. She's a wrestler. I don't think she's gonna give up the sub. She ain't got the defense. Damn. Maybe I'm not picking decision. Fuck, 3 KOs in a row, dude. I'm being realistic here. Maybe I'm wrong about the Bukkake fight, and this one is the one that ends in KO and the other one ends in decision. I said right, KO round 1. Watch it be Prachnio winning by decision. No, I can't go back on my thoughts, bro. McCann's gonna win by decision, baby. And I'm not doing a play on this. I just want to see that. I'm like too conflicted. I don't like placing plays on fucking confliction, bro. I can't do it. Can't do it. I gotta be confident about something. Next fight. Molly McCann by decision. Put it in, boys. Lock it in, lock it in. Lock it in, boys. Next fight, Nathaniel Wood versus Daniel Pineda. Pineda's dog shit. Fucking garbage. Dog shit. Dookie dookie dog shit. And he's a fucking wrestler and he's trash. PED cheat. Got caught twice in PFL, he's trash. And he's in foreign territories. Ass. He's dog shit. Nathaniel Wood has pillow hands. So he's not knocking him out. He has stamina. He's gonna not knock him out for 3 rounds. All around fighter, not submitted since 2015. This fight goes to decision. Nathaniel Wood wins. Enough said. Done. Dude, the line really thinks it's gonna go to fucking decision. Yeah, I'm taking this. We're taking I have a play for this. We're taking the over 1.5 rounds at plus or at minus 180. And that's minus 180 on DK. Yes, sir. Over 1.5 rounds at minus 180 on DraftKings, baby. That's what we're going with. Next fight, Pineda's trash and a cheater. Main card, baby. Arnold Allen versus Giga Chikadze. All right, Arnold Allen. I got something to say about Arnold Allen. I know he ain't looked that great in his last couple fights, okay? But this is his bounce back right here. This is the bounce back fight for him. If he's gonna beat anyone, it's gonna be this guy, Giga Chikadze. He's good. Do not get me wrong. But listen to my explanation, okay? Arnold Allen. Arnold Allen. Massive tear before he lost his 2 fights, okay? Let that be mentioned. On top of that, he has had all kinds of mix of opponents. Has fought everyone from Max Holloway to fucking what's that fucking ugly Mavzar Evloev. He's wrestler, striker, and he's had that throughout all of his 10-win streak. Just bouncing around on styles. If you look at Giga Chikadze's recent competition, it has been all strikers, and he's also coming from a kickboxing background. He is a kickboxer. He is a kickboxer who's 4 inches taller, 1 win by armbar that I have no idea how he got. He's a fucking straight up kickboxer, and Arnold Allen can wrestle his fucking ass off. Giga Chikadze has so much limbage for him to grab, okay? Gonna wrap his fucking ass up like a pretzel, end the night, it's over with. This is a bounce back fight for him. Coming off a 2-fight skid off a 10-fight winning streak. He's gonna win this fight. I'm picking Arnold Allen to win. And I want to say by submission. And also what I'm gonna say is I do have a play on this. I know it's kind of a juice line, but I feel so confident in the fact that he's gonna win, bro. I have him winning money line. I think it was at minus, let me see, minus 218. I know it was a juice line, but probably throw it in like a 2 or 3 man parlay. And that'll be an okay thing to add to it. I like that play. I like Allen in this matchup. This is gonna be this is a layup fight for him. He should absolutely win this fight. If he does not, I'm gonna be flabbergasted. Flabbergasted. Next fight. Christian Leroy Duncan against Gabriel Rodriguez. His name's Gabriel, ain't it? Gregory, my bad. Gregory Rodriguez. Now, here's my thing with this fight. Let me just put this in here real quick. Here's my thing on this fight, okay? Can't believe this dude's name is Christian Leroy Duncan. That shit's crazy, bro. Christian Leroy Duncan's never been KO'd. And that's literally what Rodriguez does. So his chin's never been tested. So am I gonna say he knocks out Christian Leroy Duncan? No. Am I gonna say that middleweight is that good in general? No. Rodriguez is a dog though. He'll get hit a lot. I don't think he's gonna go to sleep. My biggest thing with this fight though is he might go to sleep before the fight starts, because he is a week and a half replacement and he's fighting at 3 in the morning. That is one of the biggest things that I think people need to pay attention to. I don't know if I've heard anyone bring it up, but he had a week and a half notice, 2-week notice, and he has to fight so fucking early. That is a huge factor. So he had a week and a half, 2-week train camp, and he had to change his sleep schedule during it. Christian Leroy Duncan had a full training camp. He has a 4-inch reach advantage, home field advantage. He's also a striker on a 2-fight win streak who's never been KO'd on a perfect sleep schedule. I mean, that's too much. That's too much. How do you pick Rodriguez to win this fight? I can't do that. I don't trust that. That's way too much. Unless he comes out and just blows our mind. I get it. He's RoboCop. I get it. Maybe he's built for this type of what's the word? Maybe he's built for this type of these type of conditions, right? No. I don't think you got it. You got to show me. Duncan's winning this fight. Via decision. I don't think he's gonna knock him out. I have this going over 2.5 rounds for sure. No, a round and a half. I feel safe. I feel mad safe with a round and a half. Oh my goodness. Over a round and a half is minus 150. Taking that. My play 6, baby. over 1.5 rounds, dude. Minus 135 on DraftKings. Yes, sir, we're taking that. Next fight. This is my favorite fight on the card right here. This is absolutely my favorite fight on the card right here. Look, for the sake of professional sake, for professionality, or whatever the fucking word would be. God, I'm not on Chris Curtis yet. What am I doing? I'm gonna call him King for that reason, and then we're going back to Bobby. But for professional sake, King Green versus Paddy Pimblett. Okay, so Bobby, he is on foreign territory here. Had a really good Jim Miller fight. He looked real good. My biggest thing is he gonna out wrestle Paddy Pimblett, who's gonna shoot mad takedowns on him? Go for a submission in his hometown with the orange shorts. He ain't stuffing Paddy Pimblett takedowns. He ain't stopping the rear naked choke, baby. It ain't happening. And he's the favorite. Do I see it? See, I know if you watched my last video or my last stream that if you were here for it, I said I see a world where both of these fighters can win in their own world. I can see Paddy Pimblett throwing fucking hooks with his chin way in the air like he does all the time. I can see Green walking up to Paddy with his hands down and actually getting fucking caught because he's got knocked out like that 3 times. I can see Pimblett just constantly making it gritty against the cage, getting dragged down takedowns, and just submitting ground dominance the whole fight and it going to decision. There's a lot of variables where I can see all different kinds of things happening in this fight. Can Paddy get caught in this fight and Green have enough power to test that chin and rattle that brain? I've seen Paddy get hit too many times. His chin is legendary. But do I trust it to take a clean Green punch? That's the question. And I'm not willing to bet on it. So what I'm gonna do is, in my most realistic world, I see Paddy Pimblett winning this fight by submission. I do. I think that if he doesn't get knocked out and he plays the wrestling game, he's gonna win. That's what I think. I said submission, didn't I? I see it happening that way. And he's gonna get a bonus. $100,000 bonus. This is gonna be a good fight for him. Absolutely. Submission, he's gonna submit Bobby Green. You heard it here first. Round 1 submission. You heard it here first. I'm not placing a play on it though. I just want to watch it stress-free. But I think Pimblett wins by submission in any round. I don't know. But I think he's going to get it in round 1. I think he's just going to have 2. I think he's going to go for the wrestling so fast Green won't even be able to think about what's happening. I think that's what happens. So we're going to ride with that. Next fight, co-main event, baby. Co-main event, Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blades. Now look, love Tom Aspinall, dude. Let me be fast. I think he's gonna win, okay? You just have to pick Tom Aspinall to win this fight. He's just the better fighter. And he's proven that. He's proven that. And there's not much else you could do to convince me that Blades might win this fight. So, really, it's like, what else is there to talk about? Now, that being said, I think Curtis Blades is mad slept on, and it's kind of disrespectful how high his line is. Plus 300 is fucking crazy. I do see a world where he wins this fight, okay? But at the same time, it was crazy that he knocked out Jailton Almeida, the fucking boogeyman wrestler of the division, right? Jailton Almeida has like 0 IQ, and he shot a takedown 18,000 times and then stayed in a position where he had his head easily for fucking elbows to the head, and he just stayed there and got knocked out. That was like the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I'm sitting there screaming at my TV like, what the fuck are you doing? Because I had him on a parlay. And dude was just letting, just stay in there, shooting the same take. I can't. That was just the most dumb IQ play I've ever seen. So dumb, slow, dumb. And I don't see Tom Aspinall doing that type of shit. He's gonna strike with you, and if he finds the takedown, he's gonna get that takedown. Curtis Blades is a wrestler. He comes from a really big wrestling background. Respectable wrestling. I just think when you put them up in a comparison, we're looking at Tom Aspinall, who's at home. Tom Aspinall, who's on a lot of momentum. Striking better than Blades. We gotta say that's a fact. Mid to high IQ. There's too many things that just say that Aspinall's gonna win this fight. You know, I feel like there's not many things that you can say in Blades' favor that would make me go, oh, okay, maybe. Blades has really good wrestling, okay? But Aspinall has good enough wrestling to compete with it, and I want to say that Aspinall just has better hands in general. So what else are we talking about when it comes to that type of comparison? That's why the lines are the way that they are. Blades is dangerous though. He's gonna take advantage of any. It's kind of like when I say if Cap comes out with wrestling, he's gonna win. If Aspinall comes out with no brain, Blades is gonna win. If Aspinall does something mad low IQ, Blades will take advantage of it. Blades has very high IQ. And I think that's an advantage in this sport. How many dumb motherfuckers in this sport blow my mind? I know he dutters a lot, but he very high IQ. That was fucked up. Very high IQ. He gets it done. So Aspinall wins, money line, knockout. Cause dude's literally, he spends like no time in the fucking he spends no time in the octagon. I'm gonna say TKO, not really knockout. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to put I mean, we can say Tom Aspinall by knockout, right? That would be shit. Let me just look at the lines, I guess. Let me see what they have it at. See, over a round and a half is Over a round and a half is plus 140. So under a round and a half is minus 180. And that's just, I don't feel comfortable placing a bet on that. Do I see Curtis Blades lasting to the second half of the second round? Yeah, I do. Let me see when he gets knocked out, because he's been knocked out a couple times. Let me see his losses. Okay, no, I don't. Under a round and a half, 180. I'm more comfortable with over a round and a half, but I'm not comfortable enough to fucking place a bet on it. That's just me though. You know, I'm gonna give you my plays. I'm not gonna give you guys plays that I'm not comfortable with, so I say just watch Aspinall knock this fucking dude out and have fun and not stress about money. That's what I say. Moving on. Main event, Leon Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad, man. Now, Leon Edwards, taller, longer, better, can strike, can stuff mad takedowns now. Usman got none in the second fight. Well, he got some, but like none as in not nearly as many as he got in the first fight. And he literally stalemated, oh my god, Colby Covington. Couldn't get any takedowns. He's garbage because Leon Edwards has risen above to a certain peak that I don't think Muhammad is at, that I do not think Bilal has achieved yet. I think he's gonna lose this fight and we are gonna forget the name. That's what I think. I think this is going to be a snooze fest. I think Edwards is going to stuff every takedown and point the fuck out of Bilal Muhammad for 5 rounds. Money line. Edwards. Via decision. It is what it is. I don't think we're going to get a knockout there. 85, it's like around 85, like 82 point something percent between the two of them go to decision. These guys are not knockout artists, especially Bilal. So Edwards by decision. Don't get me wrong, Bilal Muhammad is a good fighter. He's just not as good at the hands as Leon Edwards is. Leon Edwards is a great kickboxer with fantastic takedown defense now. So there's no, where do I see Bilal Muhammad doing better in the same department as Kamaru Usman? I don't see that. I can't put my faith and money on that. This is dude's last shot at the belt. That's like the only narrative that I could see where you're like, oh, maybe. Aside from that, Leon Edwards is just a better fighter. He's just a better fighter. So Leon Edwards, man. Leon Edwards by decision. I'd feel comfortable enough even putting him down for, like, putting that as a play, dude. Like a singles play. Just Leon Edwards by decision, man. Because I don't see Bilal Muhammad getting finished. But I don't see him winning or finishing either. So I'd say just go ahead and I mean, here I'll make a play on it, but I like singles. I'll make a singles play. And let me see where that what that looks like. Watch that be a minus play. Leon Edwards by decision is plus 100. Leon Edwards by decision is plus 100 on DraftKings, so. And there you have it. There's the whole card. So we're going to run through it. First fight of the night. We have Shauna Bannon versus, I think it's Arlene Adrienne or some shit like that. Arleanne. Or no, Elise. Fuck. Shauna Bannon versus Elise Adrienne. Ardelan. Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna say last names because I'm just over these people's situation here. I have Bannon winning by decision. I got no plays for this fight. Parkin versus Bresky or Brzeski, whatever. I have Parkin winning by KO in round 2. I do have a play on this. I got Parkin having under 61 and a half significant strikes. That's minus 115 on DraftKings. Got it right there. Parkin under 61 and a half significant strikes. Minus 115 on DraftKings. Next fight on the card. Sam Patterson versus Crosby. I have Patterson winning by round 2 submission. I have no plays on this fight. Next fight on the card. Mohamed Mokaev versus Manel Kape. I have Kape winning by decision. I do have a play on this fight. I have this fight going over 2.5 rounds for minus 210 on DraftKings. Next fight, I have Elliott versus Parsons. I have Parsons winning by decision. Then it's Bukauskas versus Prachnio. I didn't fuck it up that time. Just started a bet. I got Bukauskas winning by round 1 KO, baby. Yes, sir. Massively think he's going to take advantage of this guy for sure. I got Bukauskas winning as a straight moneyline pick at minus 150 on DraftKings. Next fight, Jake Hadley versus Logren. Logren by KO, baby. Logren by KO. Next fight, I have Molly McCann versus Bruna Brazil. I got Molly McCann winning by decision, baby. McCann winning by decision. This ain't gonna end by finish. Brazil too much of a dog. McCann is lighter weight. I don't think she's gonna be able to knock her out. I think it's gonna have to be by submission. You ain't submitting her. This is going to decision. McCann's gonna beat her ass for 3 rounds. Next fight, Wood versus Pineda. Wood by decision. Pineda sucks and he's a cheater. This fight's gonna go over a round and a half. I have a play right here. This fight goes over a round and a half. 180 on DraftKings. Next fight on the card, Arnold Allen versus Giga Chikadze. I have Arnold Allen winning this fight. Probably a little bit of parlay juice. Minus, I got a play on here. Allen money line minus 218 on DraftKings. As you can tell, we use DraftKings. Next fight on the card, Duncan versus Rodriguez. I got Christian Leroy Duncan winning this fight by decision. I do have a play on this fight as well to go over a round and a half, minus 135 on DraftKings. Next fight on the card, we got ya boy King Green, Bobby Green, motherfucker. King, don't call me Bobby Green versus Patty Pimblett. I have Pimblett winning. Getting a little frisky here. Pimblett winning by round 1 submission. I see Green getting a little buck wild, exposing that chin and that neck. Next fight on the card, Aspinall versus Blades. I have Aspinall winning by TKO. I mean, there's really nothing else to bet on that fight, we're going to be honest. And then for the main event, we got Edwards versus Muhammad 2. Edwards by decision. And then my play on this, I do have a final play that I decided to go with, I guess. Just because that's really what should happen. Leon Edwards to win by decision. Plus 100 money play on DraftKings. So, let me put that on screen so you can see it. Leon Edwards by decision plus 100 on DraftKings. And there you have it. And there you have it. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. I cannot wait to watch this fucking card, dude. Cannot wait to watch this card. I'm mad excited. I am mad excited. There are so many fights on this card I'm excited to watch. My sleeper fight, I'm gonna say, is gonna be this Patty Pimblett and Bobby Green fight. This is my sleeper fight right here. I'm mad excited for this. This one, and I know I said this is gonna be a little boring. It might go to decision, but Manel Kape versus Mohamed Mokaev. I want to see this fight really bad. I want to see how this shit plays out. I'm excited. I'm excited. It's gonna be a really good card, man. I feel bad for them. They gotta fight at 3 in the fucking morning, but 'tis the name of the job. So, thank you guys. Those are my picks. We went through it together, every fight on the card, and I'm glad I was able to give advice to anybody that didn't have any or needed some. And a shame we didn't have anybody in the live to chip in on anything. But this is my raw opinion on where I think every fight on the card is gonna go. We've been analyzing this card for the past 3 days, and these are the chips I want to put in. So we got 7 plays for you. Got 7 plays for you. So again, fade me, follow me, don't care. Hope we win. Hope we make some mad money. Hope you guys win some mad money, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your week and a good weekend. We'll be back on Sunday to go over these picks and analyze everything that we went through and kind of our reaction to the card. We'll do a, I believe we're going to be doing a watch party as well during the fight card. I don't know if I've decided if I'm going to do just the main card or everything else before then, but we'll decide. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell in case we go live, and I'll see you guys on the next stream or something. Later, motherfuckers.